So we want to review graphing inequalities. This box is something I think would be really good to put down in your notes, right? To summarize when we use each of those things. What is the difference between using a dashed line and a solid line and shading above and below? Well, if I want to shade above, that means I need that y is greater than, right? If it's dashed, it doesn't have a line underneath. If it's solid, it does have a line underneath. And if I need to shade below, that's when I use y is less than, right? Y is less than, or if it's a solid line, it would look like y is less than or equal to. So having those 4 options, right at the top of your page as you're working on the rest of those practice is a good idea. Right? So if we look at just some more examples. Okay. Y is less than 2/3 x minus 1. First, my slope and my y-intercept, m and b. My slope, the number in front of x, was 2/3. My y-intercept is -1. Second, do I use a solid line or a dashed line? Well, since the symbol does not have a line underneath, it's not equal to, which means the line doesn't actually count. It's not included. So we don't want the line to count, and the way we show that is by making it dashed. Right? And then third, do I shade above or below? Well, it says y is less than. Less than is below. So if I put that on my graph, I start at -1. I go up 2/3. Up 2/3 and it doesn't fit. But if I go backwards, I can go down 2/3 and fit another point on there. I want to connect those with a dashed line. Don't forget your arrows at the end. And then I want to shade below that line, which means I put my pencil on any point on that line and I go down, right? So I'm going to shade down here below my line. Again, making sure we can tell that that line is a dashed line when we're done shading. So don't get too close that all of a sudden it looks like a solid line. Two more examples yet. What if I have something that has a slope that's a whole number? So my slope for this one was -2, and my y-intercept was -3. Remember, if there was no number here, like on your practice problems, right, if there's no number, we put a 1 there. But to make it into a fraction, we can put it over 1. So a couple of us forgot to do that on our practice from yesterday. Right. Second step, solid line or a dashed line? Well, I look at that symbol, and since it has the line underneath, I know that it could be equal to that line. So if it can equal the line, we want the line to be there. So we show it as a solid line. And finally, do we shade above or below our line? Well, it says y is greater than or equal to, so we shade above our line. So I start at -3. My slope is down 2 and to the right 1, or up 2 and back 1. I want to make sure I look at that it looks like it's going downhill. I'm going to connect it with a solid line and put arrows at the ends. Then I need to shade above that line. So if I put my pencil on the line and go up, above the line is up here. So I'm going to shade that half of the graph. And one last example for today. What happens if y is not by itself already? Well, that means my first job is to get y by itself. So if I have 3x plus 2y is less than 6, and I want to get y by itself, I'm going to start by moving the x to the other side. That means 2y is less than, I'm going to put the -3x first, and then this is a +6. And finally, I need to divide all of the pieces by 2. So y is less than negative 3/2 x plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then I can say my slope is negative 3/2. My y-intercept is positive 3. So I start at positive 3, and I go down 3/2, down 3/2, down 3/2, or up 3 and back 2. And I get all those points on there, but I need to decide how to connect those points. And I look at my symbol. My symbol has no line underneath, which means it's not equal to. So that line doesn't actually count. Right? To show that it doesn't actually count, we make it dashed. And finally, once I connect that with the dashed line and put arrows at the ends, there's my dashed line, arrows at the ends. I need to decide which half do I shade, the half above the line or below the line. And my symbol is y is less than, right? So I know I shade below. So I put my pencil on it and go down. I shade down here. And now it's your turn to go ahead and try a couple more practice problems, keeping in mind that anytime the coefficient in front of the y term was a negative, we were going to end up having to flip our symbol when we divide by that negative. So don't forget, whenever I multiply or divide by a negative number, I need to remember to flip my symbol.